to module number 4. So, yeah, so far within the course, we were discussing modules number 1 to 3, which is kind of explaining, the problem where we're at. Module number 4, this one will explain the effect of the problem that this course is primarily geared towards subway surfing. However, there's still tons of benefits within the same course because the remaining modules from modules 5 to 11 or 12, I believe, will speak about the solution to the problem, which is the biggest value within this course. And then the last two modules, I believe, is just going to speak about a direction approach, like healthy research science in terms of what makes the average human happy, just to ensure that you, the viewer, get this blueprint. Because the goal here, to be very blunt, we do not want any teenagers subway surfing, right? And more specifically, the benefits that come with internal emotional regulation by learning how to properly process the past and the future as it relates to how the consciousness and having a body and interacting with projecting the fake body into movies and video games. There's a lot of moving parts. So part of the theory is that some kids may even be subway surfing without even realizing why they're attracted to something so high risk for the benefits that come with it, and they may not realize that these benefits come from alternative ways, which you'll be learning in this course. So let's go into module 14. Sorry, module number 4. So yeah, of course we begin with a meme again, and this meme is saying at the top is saying, what's the worst that could happen? You see a bus trying to merge onto the track of a train track. And then we see at the bottom, the worst happen. The train is speeding. The train hits the bus. It's meant to be funny, but yeah, let's let's continue. But of course, subway surfing is nothing funny. Very serious. This meme, however, is funny. Yeah. So subway surfing, let's look at it. What you lock in 100% to the present moment, right? So on the left there we see what you give up the past, memories, regrets, what was, your future you give up as well, plans, goal, what could be. In the bottom it says you give up your past and your future, right? On the right side it says what you gain, intense focus, heightened awareness, adrenaline rush, complete presence, mental clarity, feeling of aliveness, overcoming fear, sense of mastery, right? Because like your body will know, all your senses will know the slightest wrong thing, you could be killed, you could die. So it's like, oh, I don't think the past matters as much anymore. I don't think the future matters as much anymore. No, 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 let's lock in. And, we would have seen teenagers die from doing this, right? So in any event, we're just discussing it objectively for now. At the bottom it says, is there an alternative way to attain these benefits without climbing on top of a speeding train? Yes, yes it is. Unfortunately, this is somewhat new research, but now it's here, and the goal here, I will be trying to partner with the New York City mayor and the Department of Education in New York City, and also different education departments around the world, just to ensure that we're all keeping abreast with the cultural effects, the cultural negative effects as it relates to as we're pushing strongly ahead with technology, right? Let us continue. Yeah, so next one is the power of now, right? So surrendering the past, release the future, live this moment, right? Surrender the past. You can change it. Let go. Regret, guilt, resentment, old stories. What if? The present moment comes with calm, clarity, aliveness, freedom, joy, peace. Release the future. You can't let. You can't control it. Let it go. Worry, anxiety, stress, overthinking. What if? Yeah. When you let go of psychological time, you come to now, right? The experience of now, deep inner peace, a quiet mind, a calm body, joy without reason, contentment in this moment, aliveness. Life feels vibrant, rich, and full. Connection to yourself, others, and life itself. On the right side there, it says you become present, fully here, fully alive, focused, clearly, clear on what truly matters. Resilient, life happens, you stay steady. Free from the past, free of the future, free to be you. And in the middle, it says high functioning emotional regulation. Yeah, so within all of this, this is the benefit. It's almost like a drug, right? I would say to myself that people who smoke marijuana, the people who smoke weed, the people who do like these different types of drugs, the present moment, the power of now, and all the tenets that you'll see in this course. There's really no name for all of it as yet, but for now, it's just let's call it the power of now, I guess. Um, but it comes with high functioning emotional regulation, right? You feel but aren't overwhelmed. You respond but not react. You choose your actions from clarity. You stay grounded no matter what. In the bottom it says, "This moment is your life. Be here, be now, be free." Realize deeply that the present moment is all you ever have, and that's a quote by Eckhart Tolle, who is the author of the book The Power of Now. Right. So, but and again, within module 4, we're only speaking about the effect of the problem. Modules 5, for like about 7 modules, that's when we're going to speak about the solutions. So within the solutions, it's going to be like your defense against um, things that would interfere with your ability, that would suck you away from the present moment and bring you into the future or bring you into the past. Now, this is very normal. You know, I am the abnormal one because I practice this. Like just yesterday, for example, I was at my job. It's a new job. It was my first day at the new job, and this guy was walking around. It's a warehouse, right? And he observes me, and but because I'm very conscious, I'm very in the moment. I have all these disciplines and all these plans in place. You know, so he observed me, and I observed him instantly. And the guy made a complaint about me, and um, the complaint was that he spoke to somebody who I was working with. This person was kind of showing me around to like what to do. The complaint was that he isn't sure if I know what to do. And what it really means though is like he's not accustomed to people being so conscious of their presence. And I'm very, very conscious of my presence. You'll learn later in this course that like 1 second to me, I'm sorry, 1 second to you is like 2 minutes to me, or the average person. Why? Because the average person is inundated with the future and the past, and there's so much depth that comes with you within the present moment, each moment. And when you learn to lock in, there's a depth that goes with you all of the time. It's like constant high functional emotional regulation. And I remember there was a moment where before stepping into it, I thought that, wow, if there's so much energy that goes into every moment, like eventually I'll get burnt out. But it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that at all, you know. So the brain is amazing with its ability if you train it. And within this course, you'll get the information how to train it. You train it to be present. You train it to lock in. And so every single moment of your day, you're gonna lock in, or you'll learn to do that anyways. And you can choose if you want it. And then of course you'll need to do the work, which is why I recommend taking this course 7 times. And let me just say, by the way, one of the main inspirations for this entire course is the book The Power of Now. It's probably about 30% of this theory that was created by connecting different parts. And so this book, the audio book, is about 7.5 hours long. 7.5 hours long is the audiobook. I listened to this audiobook 17 different times. 17 different times. So do the math on that. So I did the work, so I can get the benefits. I have the benefits, but I did the work, right? Let us continue. So peer pressure. We're speaking about, so for in this module number 4, the effect of the problem, subway surfing. Now we're discussing peer pressure. It's hard to say no, especially when it doesn't feel like pressure. Real friends respect your life. A real friend won't ask you to risk it. We see some teenager here sitting on a train. One of them is saying, "Come on, it'll be sick. Everyone's done it." Um, on the right side, it says somebody saying, "Don't be a don't be a that word right there. Next to him it says you won't regret it, and the one in the middle is saying I don't really want to, but I don't want to let them down. He's thinking that, he's not saying that, right? So that's the dare, the norm, that's you, the promise, and the shame, right? What's happening in your mind, wanting to fit in, fear of judgment, conflict, doubt, risky choice. And remember, saying no takes courage. Real friends respect you. You are in control. And at the bottom, it says, you don't need their approval to keep yourself alive. One second. Yeah, you don't need their approval to keep yourself alive. The strongest choice is the one that protects your future. Respect yourself, protect your tomorrow. No, this is a big deal, but being a part of a group is very important, and we are wired as humans to want this and to desire it, to feel like we're part of a community. So it is absolutely essential for us to discuss it as we are discussing it. Let's continue. Leadership um, that can withstand peer pressure. So real strength is thinking for yourself, choosing what's right, and leading others to better choices, right? So even if you are in a group, with it being your life, sometimes you will be expected to lead, right? So in the same scenario, we see the person now saying earlier they were thinking, and now they're saying that idea is stupid, and here is why: it can kill you, it can ruin your future, it hurts the people who care about you. I choose life, I choose respect, I choose what matters. Somebody may say, as we're saying on the right, he's right. I didn't think about it like that. So let's go into the leadership mindset. I think for myself, I don't follow the crowd blindly. So sometimes it's good to go along with the crowd. They make a good idea. Let's go to Popeyes for lunch, or let's go to Wendy's for lunch. It sounds like good ideas. Subway surfing, however, does not sound like a good idea. Let's continue. I know my values, my decisions protect my future. I respect myself and others. I never let anyone pressure me into danger. The next one says, I lead by example. I show others a better way. In the middle, it says, what I say boldly, that idea is stupid, and here's why. However, here are some activities we can do together that are actually fun and won't put our lives at risk: skateboarding, bike rides, ride scooters, play ball, basketball. We can make some videos, maybe like some dance, TikTok videos, make some music, and we could go hiking. And what happens next? Some walk away. Let them. You don't need their approval, right? If they don't care about you risking your life, they're likely, there's a ton of people in the world, right? And it's very important to keep that abundance mindset. And let me just say, as we're discussing it now, part of the course will be discussing social connections, right? So that we can lean into this abundantly and objectively. So the next one says, some stay and think. You plant a seed, you might save a life. Yeah, so please speak up. Speak up. We need leaders, right? Too many passive teenagers, we're saying, right? We need leaders that are making strong, smart choices to effectively lead their family, their peer groups, if you're in a group randomly in a classroom. So leadership, very important, right? And at the bottom it says, you might lose a crowd, but you will gain a crew. The right friends will respect your standards and join you in building an epic life. Yeah, that's what you're building. You're building an epic life. Abundance across the board, um, effective research that allows things to happen. You're going to be considering a lot of that in this course so that you can take it and bring it into your own life to make smart and effective choices. New friends, real fun, no regrets. This is freedom, right? So just keep an open mind to that, making new friends. Leadership leaves a legacy. You make better choices, you inspire others, you create a better future. That's real power. Be the leader your future self will thank you for. Okay, let's continue. Okay, in summary, subway surfing is bad? Question mark. Subway surfing is good? question mark, right? Within the context of this course, you, the viewer, will be aware of a deeper underlying justification that can rationalize a high risk to death activity such as subway surfing, right? I know there's some big words there, but you can feel free to Google them. Even the teenagers taking this course, Google them. Pause the course, Google it. That is empowerment. You don't understand what a word means, pause it, Google it. Now you understand what it means, right? So yeah, let me just say though, the part that says that can rationalize a high risk to death activity. If you get it wrong while subway surfing, the cost of getting it wrong is very high. It's the end of your life, right? And the good thing, though, the best thing about this course is that one of the benefits that they're getting, the internal emotional regulation by bullying the past and the future to surrender, that is not the only way to do it. And that is the reason this course is being made, right? Because it's obvious to me, like, why those things are happening, considering the benefits that I'm living and I'm feeling and I've done the work. In any event, let's continue. So this comes with a responsibility. Since you are trained in this course, you will be trained to access this state of mind to force the past and future to surrender to the present moment. Yes, that is exactly what you'll be trained. Now it won't be instant, right? It will not be instant like we were saying earlier with instant gratification and delayed gratification in the previous module, right? It will likely be a step A, a step B, a step C, step D. But once you would have gone through all those steps, then it's instant. And like you're looking at me right now, my mind is trained. Those 17 times I would have listened to the 7.5 hour book, The Power of Now, thousands of iterations where like I'm going over things in my mind to train my mind. And these are like, it's not like things that are like hard to do. It's very simple things, and all of it will be explained in the course. We're only on module number 4, right? It's 14 modules, right? So I gotta keep reminding myself to not get ahead of myself. But in any event, though, it says, since you are trained to access this state of mind to force the past and future to surrender to the present moment, you can experience the bliss of high functioning emotional regulation, and you don't need to climb a train or risk your life doing anything to experience the now. The now, right? In this course, you will also be trained on the objective fundamental on making new friends. Yes, there's an entire module on this, making new friends. This is imperative because you are being molded as a leader here, right? You are being molded as a leader, absolutely. You are the CEO of your own life, right? And that may mean walking away if the values of your group doesn't align with you, right? If they don't align with you, you're saying things that are smart, you believe they're smart, such as like, we should not subway surf, and your friends are against that, likely those are not your friends, right? And likely you may need to consider who you're being friends with and potentially put yourself in environments to then make new friends. So it would be wise to teach others. It would be wise to teach others what you have learned in this course if they are willing to listen, or simply recommend this course to them, all of your friends. Yeah. So if this course, you took this course and it's amazing, please feel free to recommend it to all your friends that you feel it would help them. Okay, homework, supplemental learning. Yes. I feel like it's back to back homework for all 3 modules. But in any event, though, I remember when making it, some of the modules didn't have no homework, but this one has it. It's still relevant. Watching the movie The Truman Show. So please watch the movie The Truman Show before you go to module number 5. So that is the homework. And secondly, comment your thoughts on the movie The Truman Show. What you like, what you dislike, and overall feelings about this movie. Okay, let us continue. That's the end of module number 4.